What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am MLB Chatterbox. My name is Christian Corey. You see the title and the thumbnail in today's video. I will be giving you my predictions for the 2021 NL West in this video. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off in last, I got the Rockies at 65 and 97, rounding out that division in the cellar. If you look at the Rockies always have terrible starting pitching, partly due to the climate that they're in Colorado. It doesn't matter if the Rockies have Roger Clemens, Cy Young, Randy Johnson, and Justin Verlander all in the same rotation. It's just not going to work out in their favor for the most part. Even those guys would probably have an ERA well over 3.30 if they pitched half of their games in Colorado. And the current Rockies rotation consists of German Marquez, Kyle Freeland, Antonio Senzatella, and John Gray. I mean, these guys weren't great. If you look at their position players, really their offense is meh. You know, Nolan Arenado's gone. Their big man at third base, that was. They picked up CJ Cron from Detroit. He's coming off a knee injury last season. He was doing really good for Detroit. He's looking pretty good in spring training as well. I do believe he had a home run last time I saw him in Colorado. I don't know how many home runs he has this season in spring, but he's looking pretty good to have a bounce-back season in Colorado. Hopefully that will kind of revamp his career. It's a good place for him. The ball will fly in Colorado. He has that type of swing, the uppercut. He'll do great in Colorado, I think. Trevor Story's looking to get, out of Dodge or out of Colorado as fast as he possibly can. He saw what happened with Nolan Arenado. He wants to be gone, even though they want to extend him. I don't know why he would want to stay in Colorado, even though they want to extend him. I just don't see it. I think they should trade him. I think he should get out of there. I think they will trade him, whether it's at the deadline or once the offseason starts for 2021 and 22. That's what I think should happen and will happen with Trevor Story and the Rockies. Charlie Blackmon last season, was started off really, really good. He was looking to hit over 400. People were thinking, oh, if he hits 400, should there be an asterisk next to it? I made a video about that. But he was pretty good last season. He ended the season with a .303 batting average, 44 strikeouts, 6 home runs, 42 RBIs. Not great. The average is always pretty good for him, but not the power numbers that you'd like to see, even though it's a shortened season. Only 6 home runs. He could have got to 10 in Colorado, you would suspect. Not a really great 2020 for him after that, really just great performance out of the gates of spring training. So that's kind of where I got the Rockies, and that's why, because they're not good. Their pitching is not good. So let's not be, over dramatic here with their talent on the field. That's why I got them in last. In fourth place, I got the San Francisco Giants at 72 and 90. Honestly, the Giants overall could be even worse than the Rockies, but they got some good pieces, some guys who could have bounce back seasons when it comes to the starting pitching. They got Johnny Cueto. Look, if you look at Johnny Cueto, if I was the Giants, I'd get him out of San Francisco as fast as I possibly can. If he does well, ship him out of here. Honestly, I don't know how many years he has left on the contract. I think this is his last year. Comment down below if it is or is not. Either way, they got to get rid of Johnny Cueto. He's been doing terrible ever since he got there. Just like the Jeff Samardzija contract did not work out, even though he's been long gone. They picked up Alex Wood for a rotation spot. He came over from, I do believe, L.A., right? The Dodgers. Veteran catcher Buster Posey. He's in his last year of the contract, I do believe, as well. Posey, Hall of Fame career, looking to end it well in San Francisco. Won 3 championships, 10, 12, and 14, so that's good for him. They got Evan Longoria, which is meh. He was bad last season, I do think. Longoria last season hit 7 home runs in a 60-game season. In 19, he hit 20, which is actually really good. .254 batting average, one of his better seasons since he went to San Fran. But again, Longoria is looking to have a good season in San Francisco, hopefully. He can hit well. That ballpark does not really suit his type of swing. I don't think he will hit a lot of home runs in San Francisco. I don't think that was really a good ballpark for him to go to, because if you look at it, what he was in Tampa Bay, very small ballpark, indoors, helps the ball fly, controlled environment. San Francisco, very windy, cold at night in the spring and in the fall. So I just don't see him doing that well and hitting that many home runs in San Francisco overall this season. Mike Yastrzemski is looking to be really good, one of their top prospects, the grandson of the great Carl Yastrzemski. Hit a massive home run in Boston with his rare appearance in Boston for a team like the Giants to go to an American League East Coast team like Boston. So that was really cool. I remember that just because I saw it live. But that's kind of where I got the Giants overall. Not good. Really not anything special in that division. That's why I got them in fourth. In third place, I have the Arizona Diamondbacks. Got to give a little respect to the Diamondbacks. I got them at 78 and 84. They got Madison Bumgarner, which he hasn't been great ever since he got to Arizona. Robbie Ray is gone. He's in Toronto. The rotation isn't great. I'm giving him more respect just because they came close last season a little bit for a spell. But honestly, Goldschmidt's been gone. Jake Lamb's gone. He's a free agent now. We'll see if they pick him up again. Ketel Marte, he could always do really well. Really good center fielder. Obviously has some pop. Can, flash the leather out there in center for him. Joakim Soria is their closer they picked up. He's old. He's a veteran. He's 36 years old. He's been with every single team in the books. I feel like he sucked when he was with the Tigers from what I can remember. He blew every save. He was like a Joe Nathan. He was terrible. The Diamondbacks will probably only end up in third just because of their manager. All right, so this is where we have fun. In second place, I got the San Diego Padres at 105 and 57. Now, the Padres are a great team. They are, but they're not Dodger great. And the Dodgers will be really good. You just got to wait and see. But obviously, they picked up a lot of pitchers. Yu Darvish, Blake Snell, Delson Lamet, Joe Musgrove, Chris Paddock, he's looking good. Mike Clevenger's on the 60-day DLIL starting off the season. So he should come back, hopefully, during the season. Maybe not, I don't know, after having Tommy John, so we'll see. But obviously, really, really good starting pitching in San Diego. Drew Pomeranz is a closer. Mark Melanson's in that bullpen. Pagan is also listed as a potential closer. If you look at the position players, first base, Eric Hosmer and Jake Cronenworth, really good depth at first base. I like Jake Cronenworth. He did really good last season in the postseason. Jerickson Profar at second base, a super utility, second short. Outfield, he can do great things. Manny Machado at third. Hung Sung Kim, they picked up over from Japan. He's looking to do pretty good things, hopefully, in San Diego this season. Fernando Tatis Jr., their shortstop, their all-star shortstop. They signed him to a $340 million contract. I forgot how many years. Was it 14 years, I think? $340 million. That is great for them. Tommy Pham, a good hitter, consistent hitter still on that roster. Will Myers is still on the team, surprisingly. He needs to step it up for the squad here in 2021. Last season, he hit 15 home runs, struck out 56 times, batted .288, which actually is one of his highest batting average seasons overall. He played in just about every day, 55 games in a 60-game season, so he was okay. He wasn't great. I mean, they signed him to that gigantic contract. I even forgot when. Was it 2014, 15 they signed him to the big contract? He needs to step it up a lot more and be a lot more consistent on that Padres team and for that lineup if that contract is going to be anything worth their while. And if you look back at it and say, hey, it was a good signing or it was a bad signing. It's all dependent on how he does from here on out. All right, so obviously I got the Dodgers in first place. Not a surprise. The defending World Series champions, they finally won one after being in the World Series in 17 and 18 and losing to the cheating Astros in 17 and the also could be considered cheating Red Sox in 18. So they finally did it in 2020, and I will have them in first place. with 120 wins, setting a MLB record eclipsing the 2001 Seattle Mariners, 2 records being broken with the Pirates losing 120 and the Dodgers winning 120, both in the National League. So that's pretty interesting there. 120 and 42. The Dodgers are stacked. They're defending World Series champions. You know that. I mean, they got a wicked starting rotation. Clayton Kershaw, the veteran, finally won one last season. Trevor Bauer, the reigning Cy Young Award winner for the National League last year with the Reds, they got him. Walker Buehler, a future stud and star, I think. David Price is like another big signing because he opted out of the season last season. That will be great. Dustin May, I think he is really good. I think he could be a good starter, but hey, if they want to keep him in the bullpen and do what they want to do, that's great. With him, I don't mind where he is. I think Dustin May could be a really good starter, but whatever they want to do with him, they could do because they pushed the right buttons last season, and I trust them this season. Julio Urias, Tony Gonsolin stepped up big in the postseason last season for the Dodgers. Kenley Jansen listed as their closer. You know, I mean, hey, he won. He wasn't great in the postseason last season. He didn't get the final out like he was hoping he would, but we'll see what happens. If not, you always got Julio Urias to be a future closer. Blake Trinan is still in that bullpen as well. Joe Kelly, I mean, the whole team is stacked, top to bottom rotation. Bullpen is just stacked. Their catcher, Will Smith, is great. Backup Austin Barnes is nothing to laugh at. Max Muncy at first base. Cody Bellinger at first base as well. Obviously, Bellinger is a first baseman, the right fielder. Wherever you want him to play, he can play. He's a great bat. He's a great-looking dude. He's L.A. I love him. He has that persona of just L.A. type of guy. He is the face of the Dodgers in my mind, even though he's so young. Gavin Lux still at second base. They could trade him if they wanted to. They could keep him. They could get rid of Max Muncy. They have so many options. They got Mookie Betts. I mean, great player last season in the postseason for the Dodgers. Made the great play in the playoffs, robbing a home run. That was wonderful. Justin Turner at third base last season, had the COVID during the playoffs and the World Series. He's looking good. He's recovered from COVID pretty well. Corey Seager, the reigning World Series MVP, he's looking great. He will be a free agent. I would assume he would walk. Maybe they could sign him back. I don't know. They'll have to figure it out when it comes to the budget. And the Dodgers are great. That's why they will win 120 games here in 2021, because they are the best team ever assembled in recent memory. They could be like the 1927 New York Yankees. That's what I think they could be this season if they do, in fact, win back-to-back championships and win that 120 games in the regular season, playing 162. I think it will hurt a little bit when it comes to the reduced fans, but hey, it doesn't matter because they won the World Series without fans at all through most of the season, and I don't think reduced capacity would hamper them at all when it comes to their fan base. But a great overall team for the Dodgers. That's why I got them winning the NL West by far, 120 wins. Let's go Dodgers 2021. All right, guys, that's all I got for today's video. Comment down below your thoughts on my predictions for the NL West. Do you like it? Do you hate it? What do you think of the Dodgers winning 120 games here in 2021? Alrighty, guys, I will catch you later.